We think that people are looking at our stomachs, and they're not. Good morning, you guys. Happy weekend. It is Saturday, November 2nd, and I am in Las Vegas. So I came out to Vegas with my parents. They are going to a seminar, and I was like, can I come? And this is my mom and my stepdad, and I feel like I'm perpetually third wheeling them, and I'm not mad about it. I'm very grateful for my family. I take any moment I can to spend time with them, and I just wanted to like get out of Phoenix so I could sit in like a coffee shop and write my book. So the book I'm writing right now is actually called The Body Image Blueprint, and I got super excited to write it Saturday and Sunday while my parents are at the seminar, and then last night we had Mexican food. I ordered a big platter of, what's that pork meat called? The Mexican pork. And the server really recommended it, but I usually don't eat pork and I usually don't eat that much meat at all. But he was like, no, I promise it'll be good. And I got it and it was really good, but it was just like, it was a lot. Like, it was a lot of meat. I'm not a huge meat eater, and I didn't feel fully satisfied because I knew that I wanted something like vegetarian. Like, there was this veggie taco that I was looking at, and so I just felt like I didn't trust my cravings, and I went with what the server recommended. So it's fine, like, not beating myself up about that, but I had a lot of food, and you know, it's like super salty, and of course it's going to make you a little bit bloated the next morning, like the beans and the chips and guac and everything. So I woke up feeling bloated and kind of insecure about my body. I also fell asleep with my makeup on, so that made me feel kind of icky about my skin this morning, but it's okay. I have showered, I redid my makeup, and now I'm still having bad thoughts about my body. Yay. So my first thought was just like self beat up. I was like, Mary, what the hell? You're writing this book. It's called The Body Image Blueprint, and here you are having a bad body image day. Plus, I wanted to vlog today, and I was like, what the hell am I supposed to vlog if I feel insecure about my body because I woke up bloated? And then the next thought was like, oh my god, this is perfect. Because what better time to walk you through how I handle bad body image days than when I'm having a bad body image day? So here we go. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is thoughts about restriction. So it is so easy amongst everybody, like whether you struggle with an eating disorder or disordered eating or a weird relationship with food, it's always the first instinct to think, oh, well, I had a big meal at dinner, so I'll have a smaller breakfast. Or like, I had a big lunch, so I'll have a smaller dinner. And that thought of restriction is generally the first thing that goes through my head too, I'll admit it. So last night after having a big dinner, my mom asked me, she was like, are you gonna go to breakfast with us? And my first, like, not even my first thought, this is actually what I verbalized to her. I said, no, I don't think I'm gonna have breakfast tomorrow. And that, like, I don't know why, but it like switched a trigger in my head. And suddenly, even though I didn't restrict, even though it was right after dinner, the thought of restricting made me feel restricted. And therefore I got a little like crazy. And guess what? I wake up hungry. And now I'm in this place of like, okay, I don't feel good about my body. I told myself I was going to restrict. Now I'm just like really genuinely hungry. What am I going to do? Like, what's going to give? Well, you guys know what's going to give. The disordered restrictive thoughts are going to give, I'm going to have breakfast right after this. But it's really hard to get to that place of like, I'm going to have breakfast anyways. I'm going to have breakfast even though I don't like how I look or I don't like how I feel after the big dinner last night. So with that being said, I just want to point out one main thing. Thinking about restricting is the same as restricting. And what happens when you restrict? You get cray-cray around food, and then you're probably gonna binge or compensate in some other way. So just catch yourself on when you're thinking about restricting, because when you're thinking about restricting, you can snap the hell out of it by telling yourself this one thing that I told myself this morning. It's not worth it. That's it. It's not worth it. That's literally what I tell myself when I feel the need to restrict. You are better off having a meal, some breakfast, something in your stomach if you're hungry, than you are skipping breakfast, restricting your meals, and going back into that thought pattern, not even a pattern, it's a freaking downward spiral. You already know the downward spiral. I already know the downward spiral. So I'm gonna cut it here. I'm gonna cut it by just telling myself that it's not worth it, and I'm gonna go have breakfast right now. So that is step one. The other thing that I did this morning that really helped was take a shower. Honestly, I talk about this in some of my Instagram posts, but when you're having a bad body image day, it's so easy to like neglect your self-care and to think, well, since I look like shit, I'm just gonna feel like shit too. Like, why take care of myself? And so like you'll put your hair up in a messy bun and you'll just like walk out the door, or you'll just lay in bed and just continue feeling bad about yourself. So I refused to do that. I hopped in the shower, I took off my makeup, and then I redid my makeup. I somewhat brushed my hair, which is a first for me. I don't usually brush my hair, but I somehow brushed my hair, and now I'm gonna get dressed and I'm gonna get out the door and have a nice breakfast. So instantly, I am not letting my bad body image thoughts dictate how I lead my day. So I took a shower, took care of myself, put on some makeup or whatever that is that makes you feel good, get dressed. And the other thing I did is while I was doing all this, I listened to a podcast just to switch my focus. So this podcast was nothing related to body image or recovery or anything like that. It was actually a podcast about relationships and like how to navigate your relationships. It let me switch my focus as I was taking care of myself. And now that I'm filming this, I honestly already feel better. So because I did all of those things already this morning, that bad body image day that I thought I was going to have is actually more of like a bad body image morning. Well, not even, more like the first 5 minutes of waking up, and then I proceeded to take action to shift myself out of that. So I'm making more videos on body image. I'm also writing my book, The Body Image Blueprint, which hopefully will be available in a couple weeks. But leave me some questions, comments, concerns that you have around body image, self-confidence, because it'll help me make better content for you. And as I'm filming my vlogs, I could also be answering some of those questions. So of course, the only dress I brought is tight, but you know what I say. Nobody cares about your damn pooch. I posted that on my Instagram story one time, and I feel like it really landed with you guys, because we think that people are looking at our stomachs, and they're not. They literally could not care less. And if they are looking, you gotta ask yourself this. So what? So what? Nobody cares about your damn pooch, and so what if they do? Who cares? So I am in a hotel lobby working on my book, The Body Image Blueprint. I'm so excited for this to come out. I come to hotel lobbies to work a lot, no matter what city I'm in, because I just love the vibe. Like, I love how I can just sit in a corner, nobody's bothering me, because it's not like a busy coffee shop, and look how beautiful it is. Like, seriously. I get a lot of focused work done when I'm traveling just because I'm spending so much time at the hotel. But the number one thing I can recommend if you're having a bad body image day, I always say that, body image day, a bad body image day, get out of the house. Like, don't just sit and mope, because you're probably going to be more likely to eat your feelings, or the opposite, restrict your food. So get out of the house, switch your focus as soon as you can, because the faster you switch your focus into doing something productive or creative or fun, that's when you will shift out of the bad body image thoughts, and you'll go more into like, oh my god, look how amazing life is, look how capable I am, look how much I can create, how many people I can talk to, how much fun I can have. So get out of the house, do something you love, and don't spend your time beating yourself up for having bad body image thoughts in the first place. Does that make sense? Like, you don't need extra layers of stress on top of what you're already feeling. Third wheeling, the beautiful couple, as always. This is how we walk, hand in hand, all three of us.
Skipping,
yeah. Like that? Yeah? Hey, you're not even holding my hand, Mom. Hold my hand.